Yeah.
Well,
Only
last time
kittens.
you said cats are all right. You
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
You said,
Yeah,
It
if an
sounded
animal-
like you wouldn't mind getting a cat, but here's the thing, and you've already experienced this.
Yeah.
You don't get a cat.
No.
It just gets
It
distributed
happens.
to you.
Yeah, you happen.
It just happens.
Yeah, one day you
Yeah.
have a cat. I did actually.
Yeah.
We had a
Savannah.
cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I found fleas on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Bye bye.
Yep. It was just literally, I was looking at it. I was just like going through it. I looked at it. I was like, you have a flea on you. And I walked and I opened
Was
the
he
door.
inside your house?
Yeah, because we had him inside for like 2
Yeah.
days because
Oh,
it was just
God.
like somebody, outside cat, or
Yeah.
it was somebody's cat. Got let out probably over a storm or something weird.
Yeah.
It had been around for weeks.
Her story.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was friendly and it was a nice cat. And I was like, oh, fine,
Yeah.
whatever. We can bring it inside for a couple days. He was like,
Figured
and I
it
remember
out.
I just looked at it and I was like, kind of like looking at his fur and stuff. And I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I opened the door
Nasty. Yep.
and I threw him outside and I closed the
Never
door
saw him
and I
again.
never saw him again. Probably
He's fine.
did.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's
well,
fine.
yeah, now.
Yeah.
But, well, no, cats live like 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's outside.
Hello, your computer has virus.
Hello, chicken brinkin.
Bomb has been planted. I am on my way.
Fatality. You must construct additional pylons. Counter. Headshot.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
So, yeah, welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah.
My name is Monolith.
Are you still in monolith form?
I'm actually not Monolith right
You're
now.
not
I'm
Monolith.
Base Justice.
You're Base Justice.
Welcome back to the pod.
Yeah, and I'm Bam, and I do still have 6 M's.
6 of them.
6 of them. in my
MMM.
name. Yeah.
MMM.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah.
Is that your password too?
No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I'm just going to start off. We both feel like shit. I
think-
extremely feel like shit. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what it is. I did not get my 8 to 9 hours of sleep last night.
Uh-oh.
We got about 7. So
You broke the formula and you're over
Exactly.
30.
Exactly.
So your body just
Yes.
shuts down. You're a finely tuned microchip.
Exactly.
And a grain of sand will bring you crumbling down.
Yeah, that was the grain of sand. Stay up
Yeah.
till 12?
Yep.
Fuck you.
Yep. No, really. It is crazy.
Day
the-
ruined.
Yeah. Yeah. The sleep thing
Yeah.
alone. And then you said you're just feeling a little
Yeah, and I think that's just
got the
exhausting
ick.
me.
Well, I
Exactly.
think,
and then
this-
daylight savings time, I guess, too.
daylight savings. And
Okay.
then, like I said, this past weekend was just the bomb of pollen.
Yes.
It was like
Pollen doesn't affect
every
me.
single
Yeah.
thing bloomed. I mean, you're from here,
Yeah.
so you're probably pretty
Yes.
immune to it,
Yes.
but it's still an
Nothing
allergen.
happens to me. Yeah, I just have a deviated septum, so I
Yeah,
can't breathe.
you're
period.
permanently.
Yes.
Jokes on you, congestion.
Yeah.
My nose doesn't work.
Fucker.
You think I can breathe through my nose ever?
We went to the opera last night.
The opera?
The fuck? We have an opera house.
I
here.
remember you say, is this the
Yeah.
same place you were talking about, like the theater, like this whole same thing with the comedy club, or is this a separate entity?
So we actually have we have a lot of arts here.
Yeah.
Like theaters, like different theaters.
yeah, I
This
feel like
is-
Sarasota,
this is an
especially
op-
like
yeah.
when you go around here, it feels very like
Absolutely
artsy.
Yeah.
Like
Go
there's like
to- go to-
paintings and stuff
yeah.
on the fucking
Well,
ground.
I guess we already said it, but go down to Venice. I
Yeah.
went there the other day. You feel like you're at a beach.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
throughout the whole city.
Yeah.
Sarasota, it's like not, there's palm trees, but it
Yeah.
is artsy fartsy. But we
Yeah.
have an opera house.
Okay.
And we saw Carmen.
See that like a well-known opera. that's just opera, right? Oh, that one. Are you an opera singer?
No.
Oh,
No. You think I should be?
maybe. How was it?
It was fucking awesome.
Was it like is it a big place?
3.5 hours long.
3.5 hours?
Started at 7:30. We walked there.
Did they sing what do they do? They just sing for 3.5 hours?
There's 4 acts. And it's like in
Now, but is opera like they're like wearing? Is it a play at all?
It's basically a play.
'Cause don't they do-
that's
they do
being
things, right?
That's
When
like they do.
they're,
It
they're
was
like
basically
they're
a
like
play.
doing something.
Yes,
It's not just
there
a
was
person
story
singing.
with subtitles. Subtitles were cool. Yeah.
Or does it have? There's a screen behind
They
them?
have just a tiny thing at the top, and then they have the English subtitles because they sing.
They're
in
singing in
like,
a
they sing
different-
in like Spanish and Italian,
not
and
American,
French.
just
Yeah.
not American.
Not American.
No Germanic
language.
languages. Where they all sound like trash.
Yeah,
That's cool. So you can actually, because I always, whenever I've seen, they always
Yeah.
look like they're in like outfits and stuff. So I
Yes.
always assumed like that's not just a person like standing there singing. They must
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
in some form
that's
of a,
always what I thought it was too. But
yeah, they
I
have
would.
like a Viking. They have horns or
Yes,
something. I'm like,
yes,
okay, he's got to.
exactly.
Maybe he just wears
Yeah.
horns.
It was an interesting story. It's so it's about this girl and she's kind of a hussy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's really like a toot. A Tammy Emmy Toot.
It's a nice way. That's a nice name.
Yeah. I had to. Sorry. Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of a hussy, and then she has a tendency to like guys that don't like her, and then she ruins their lives by making them like her, and then she ruins their lives.
Oh.
And
Wholesome story.
yes, yeah. And dude, when they opened up the curtains, it was just like, it was so fucking vibrant and colorful, and it like literally, like, I'm not joking, it felt like I was watching a painting with
dope.
things moving in it. And like when they, for the first scene, like they opened it up, there was fucking like 30 people on the set, like just
awesome.
like acting like they're a town.
Doing stuff.
It was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that feeling you just explained or
Yes.
something like that is something that is novel to
Yeah.
us now.
Yes.
Whereas before it wasn't. Like, because we're just so like inundated with like technology and
Yeah.
screens and all.
Yes.
So like live anything. That's like
Absolutely.
if you wanted to get in the market of any form of entertainment, like
Yeah.
live versions of things, like
Yeah.
people, they lose their mind because we're so
Yeah.
used to looking at a screen
Yeah.
to see everything you want in the world. You're like, what do you want to watch?
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
it in
Yeah.
under 10 seconds. So
I got it. Downloaded, torrented,
Here's
done.
the top clip. Here, it's a 6. It's in.
Have some dopamine.
It's less than 10 seconds for you to digest, so you can move on to the next version of it. You can just fucking keep going. Give me another.
The next episode, next one, next TikTok.
Yeah. So when you do get that like live, like
Yeah.
you're just in it.
Yeah.
And you're just watching something real happen in front of you. Your brain's
Yes.
like, "What do you mean? Where's the screen?" You know,
Yeah.
like for a moment, it's like a weird like
Yeah.
like stressor to you because your brain's like trying to
Dude,
process
yes.
like,
Yes.
well, who's
not
videotaping
flat.
this?
Yes, dude.
Do I should have my phone
dude,
out?
it's 3D.
Like that's always a crazy.
Yeah.
Like when people go to concerts and they like have their phone out, I want to like fucking kick them in the side of the head. I'm like,
Yes.
put your fucking phone away. Watch. You're here to watch it, not watch the recording that you
Absolutely.
did. Like,
Yeah.
enjoy the live experience. Because
That's always how I try to do it. It's just like, I
Yeah,
don't want to
live-
fucking record. Like,
yes, and especially
I'm not
live.
gonna watch it.
Any live, like an artist, like singing and stuff. Like I could watch like the shittiest band on the planet
Yes.
perform live, and I will have the best time of my life.
That's
I
fucking awesome.
fucking love
That's
live,
fucking
like
awesome.
live because it's
I
just a
love that
thing.
you like live music.
Yeah, well, I think that's
What
a
about when
fair.
you're eating dinner?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yes,
dude.
fuck yeah. I don't want to
dude.
talk.
Fuck yeah.
I'd much rather just
Yeah.
chill and listen to some fucking
Yes.
music and shit. Like, but I also think, like I said, I think that's that's like a more like we, like, you know, like just people. We
Yes.
like it's like caveman brain shit
Yeah.
again. You know,
Yeah.
like we like black music, fire, smoke. You know,
Fire,
like
smoke,
yeah,
loud
like-
noise, bang.
Yeah, and then you know, like so. I think that I mean, live music, like it's just a good feeling, and
Yeah.
you don't like I said, I don't have to give a shit about the genre
Yeah.
or the song. Like I don't need to know the fucking song. I just like any form of live music. You could be
Yeah.
fucking playing the flute. Like I don't give a fuck. Like it just is cool.
Flute is fucking cool.
Flutes are cool.
Flute is-
but
So
would I
my
listen to a
parents-
flute on my fucking phone? No.
No.
That's all a person playing the flute.
No.
I'm like fucking next. But if there's a person playing the flute in front of me, I'm like, that's pretty cool,
I
dude.
listen to a little flute on
Little-
the phone.
little flute,
Little
yeah, little
Well,
flout.
what's his name from The Outcast?
Or does he play the flute?
Andre something? What's
I don't
his
know
name?
shit about shit.
Oh, well, you know that. You know
I know
Outkast.
who Outcast is.
Yeah.
Yes, is there a guy who plays he's a flautist?
Yeah, well, he hasn't released an album like since they broke up, and then he just randomly this year releases an album. It's
just him playing
it's
the
just
flute?
It's just flute. Like it's not. And like one of the song titles is like, "I know I promised I was gonna release a rap album."
Yeah, but I'm just playing the flute now. Yeah.
Back
No,
to
the live.
back to the live thing. Well, first of all, we ought to go to the opera sometime, or
Yeah, that'd be
any
cool.
of these other.
Yeah, I know we've said
theaters.
just theater in general. Like I love
Yes.
theater. Like I remember
Yeah.
growing up, we would go see
That makes
theater
me
stuff.
so happy that you like that.
Oh yeah, we would go
That's
all
really-
the time
that's
because
cool.
we were right by the city,
Yeah.
so we go to
Oh, that's
we
right.
go to Broadway all the time. And
Okay.
just see shows like regularly and stuff. But yeah, I always loved it. It's
That's
also
fucking
cool
cool.
because it reminds you like you dress up.
Oh yeah.
And everyone
Oh, yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Everyone. It's like a respected thing. Like
Yeah,
even
you're
if
not
you were
wearing
to go to
cargo.
like church now, it's more casual.
yeah.
There's very few things that like hold that level of like like fanciness
Yeah.
or like respect that
Yes.
everyone dresses up. And it was always cool. And also like I don't know, but the thing that would break it from here though is that I always went in the winter.
Okay.
So it was always like freezing
Yeah.
cold.
Oh, it was hot
you're
up
in
there.
you're in New York City,
Yeah.
like it's ice cold. Like and there's
Yeah.
nothing better than like New York City
Yeah.
winter time.
Okay.
Because when it's summertime, it's just boiling hot
Miserable.
piss and
Humid.
homeless people.
Okay.
But But yeah, so like, but anyway, yeah, it was very cool. Yeah, like to get everyone there is like in on it. You know, there's
Okay.
like that level of respect that everyone has for the performance, and then yeah, it's just impressive.
So you like dressing up dapper, is what you're
for
saying?
Normally no, normally I don't give
no.
a fuck. But
It's
like,
just this-
it's just that
yeah.
it's that feeling
Yeah,
of like because it's
I
like a
agree.
mutual respect that everyone
part of the
has. Like you're
culture.
not gonna have somebody in the fucking. You don't hear nobody's getting in fist fights at the fucking
Yeah.
theater because someone was on their phone,
No
like a
one's
movie
vaping.
theater. Yeah, yeah,
No
like,
one's vaping
yeah,
at the
like people
opera.
just have like a level. Like if they're there,
Yeah.
it's because they have a respect for that form of entertainment,
Yes.
and they're there to like absorb it and stuff. There's nobody holding their phone up,
Yeah,
videotaping.
dude.
It's like put that
Whoa,
away. Yeah, it's the same. It's the guy on the hike
Yeah.
playing music. You know, it's that
Oh,
same
dude.
fucking retard,
Bro.
Yeah, like it's that same
Bro,
fucking
when I'm
mongoloid.
biking,
Yeah,
it's like it.
there
dude,
are very few times in our existence
Yeah.
that we can have like unfiltered
Yeah.
silence.
Yes. So going out paddleboarding,
Yep. Same.
it's like, oh, dude, someone
Yeah.
that I would go paddleboarding
Yeah.
with was always like, you know,
you
like,
got the
oh, I want to
tunes?
bring a
It's
speaker.
like, I'm
I want to
gonna
bring a
strangle
speaker.
you
It's
and
like,
throw your body
it's
out
like,
here.
I
Yeah.
want to hear the wind
Yeah,
in the
I wanna hear
water.
I wanna
and
hear nothing.
I
Yeah.
want to nap out here.
Yes.
I have napped out there on my
Yeah.
paddleboard. Did I
Yeah.
tell you about that?
Really? That's
Manatee
not a
came
smart
up and
idea.
breathed in my face. Well, Bay.
Okay,
Bay is 2 feet.
Okay. Yeah. I always forget that you guys have
And
nice.
a manatee did wake me up by
That's dope.
breathing in my face. It was like, holy shit.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but yeah, the those moments though, like those are rare for us. That's
Yes.
novel. Like
Yes.
having true silence. So like going on a hike and stuff, and you can just be like honestly, like I hunted a lot, but
Yeah.
like I enjoyed hunting.
Right.
Like I enjoyed guns. I bow hunted mostly, but it was cool. Like that was fun. But the best part of it was just sitting out there.
Yeah.
Like in just like the middle of the fucking woods.
Yeah.
Like watching the sunrise and it's just fucking dark, like
Yeah.
and no fucking noise whatsoever. Just you sitting in a fucking blind or up in a tree. Yeah. Just shitting your, and just like fucking hanging out. Like just
Yeah.
like and you're just those sort of things. Those are novel to us now. You don't have
So,
that.
yeah.
And especially with the water too. Like
Yeah.
that is a very like water. I think the ocean, while it can be, I honestly don't think I think most people don't understand like the magnitude of the ocean. Like they don't
Yeah.
respect it as much as
Oh,
they
yeah.
should.
Yeah.
So I think
respect
most
it.
people
I respect it.
yeah. Well, I think you're Florida, so you
Yeah.
you grew up hearing stories or
Yeah.
being a part of them yourselves, or
Yes.
knowing the dangers, and also I think as far as a body of water that you could probably disrespect,
Yes.
it's probably the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, like,
absolutely. You could probably just say
like,
that
nah,
that's
it's shallow,
it's
man,
just
it's
a
shallow.
lake.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking big lake. I mean, there is obviously shit can happen at any moment.
I would love to paddle out, like actually. I
Go far.
don't paddle on the beach.
Yeah.
I only paddle on the bay, and that's
Yeah.
because the bay offers you like mangrove tunnels and like a bunch of
Just
cool
more
like
cool things to
wildlife.
see.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I could go out into open water.
Yeah.
Not as cool.
No, you're
Except
just
for that sperm whale.
Was there a
Did
sperm
you hear
whale
about that?
here? No.
Yeah, fucking beached in Venice. You shouldn't be swimming right now.
Yeah,
Is
it's
the
just probably
advisory.
it probably just
Yeah.
smells like fucking
Yes.
rotten death.
Yes.
Yeah. No, like I said, I think that's a different vibe too, though. That is a cool
Yeah.
feeling, though. Like when you're just in the middle of the ocean
Yeah.
and like you can't see anything.
Oh, well, the few times that I have like, been on a boat with people,
Yeah.
going out there is extremely fun. Like when you can't see the land anymore, and then also jumping off when you're out that
Yes.
far.
Yeah.
It's like especially like if you've been drinking and
When you're
you've been
in all
baking in the sun.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's what I needed.
Yeah. No, it is.
Yeah.
It's a very that's a very surreal feeling. It's
Yeah.
almost like it almost feels like the closest thing you could get. Like I like looking down into like thousands of feet of water. Like I think that's the closest thing that we could get to like being in space. Like that's
absolutely,
that's like
dude.
our exist. That's like
Absolutely.
if you want to get what does it feel like to be in outer space? I'd imagine
Yeah.
it's pretty similar to that. Like you're just
Absolutely.
looking into this like
Yeah.
you're like I have not a fucking clue what's below me. Like there could be fucking whales and
Yeah.
all sorts of crazy shit that no one even knows
It's alien.
exists.
It's
Yeah, like
alien.
it feels very
Absolutely.
alien, and it's a cool feeling. Like a lot of people like thalassophobia, the
Yeah.
fear of
Yeah.
depths. Like that's a pretty
Yeah.
common fear. I always thought it was a cool feeling. Like I loved the feeling of looking down and just seeing
Yeah.
like black darkness. Like I thought that was the coolest feeling ever because
Yeah.
it's very like humbling.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit. That's another reason I like the ocean because it's like the only place as a person. I mean, obviously, if you're fucking in like the jungle and there's fucking
Yes.
tigers and shit, you might be out
Yes.
there. But in our normal day-to-day
Yeah.
lives, it's the only place that like we're disadvantaged.
We're out of our element.
Yeah, yeah. Like
100%.
you're not
Yeah.
it anymore. You know,
Yeah.
like it's cool to feel that feeling of
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like I'm not on top. Like I'm just a
Yes.
fucking fish out here. Like I'm a little fish that
Yes.
sucks at swimming and can't breathe underwater. You know, like you know, like and you know, like I might think I'm a good swimmer, but not
Yeah.
compared to the shit
No.
that's in the ocean. You know,
No.
like I'm good for a fucking a monkey with no hair. That's
Yeah,
what I'm a good
exactly.
swimmer at. You know, like in that class.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a very cool feeling. I think it's very, I also think like the sounds too, like you were
Yeah.
saying, like that out there. I think underwater too, like being
Such a cool
underwater,
sound.
the
Yeah.
sound of underwater
Yes.
is like one of the most relaxing things on the planet. You're like,
Yeah.
like I told you, I have a ton of those. Like I used to, because I would free dive a bunch, and
Okay.
I always had my GoPro with me,
Yeah.
and just like it's
Oh,
cool.
shit.
I mean, obviously I was in Hawaii, so it's like
Okay.
wild,
Way
pretty
cooler.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's like fucking
You're free
sharks
diving out
and,
there.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
did. I mean, I did it my
Yeah.
whole life, but I mean,
Okay.
obviously when I was out there,
Yeah.
I took advantage of it.
Yeah.
But just the sound of the video,
Okay.
that like blue, blue, blue,
I
you know,
do
like that
like
little
that,
fucking
yeah.
like that, just like that, like that, like
Totally
what it feels like you
submersed.
like you put your hands over your
Yes.
ears and then someone's like bubbling. It's like the truest form of ASMR, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like you just, I don't know what that is. I feel like fucking Daredevil, you know, when he goes,
Yes.
you remember that, the old Daredevil when he goes in his
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
he lays in
Yeah.
his tank
Oh
under
yeah, he goes in
because
his
he wants to like,
deprivation tank.
yeah, like
I was
which,
gonna boner in those. I've never been in one. I'm just kidding.
those seem cool. That's a
it does
thing.
sound cool.
Actually,
it
It's-
sounds scary.
well. That's fucking one of those things that's called a psychomantrium.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a way to. It's supposed to create the feeling of a near-death experience.
Oh.
Yeah. So what you do, it was made by, his name's I don't know if he's the first one to develop it, but he did some pretty like extensive studies. His name is Dr. Raymond Moody.
Okay.
He's attached to all that new church shit that where I went to school
Oh.
and I studied some of that. So
Yeah.
he's like a part of this.
Okay.
Like he has like he's not a part of it.
Is that like a
but
cult?
they study. They're like it's weird.
It sounds
It's weird.
Yeah.
They're Christian technically, but it definitely has some like weirdness to it.
mysticism.
Yeah, it's definitely like has a little thing. It probably skewed me into like a little bit of a culty
Okay.
boy, like I kind of
Yeah.
am.
There's a lot
Like
of Christians like that.
yeah,
You
and
know,
I
who
think
believe in ghosts and
yeah, they're everything. Like these guys, they believe in all sorts of shit. But
Yeah.
anyways, his so they were very big into like near death experiences and stuff too. And I always thought that was a super interesting thing, so I studied
Yeah.
it a lot. And anyways, this thing is called the psychomandrium. It's designed to remove your senses.
Okay.
And when you are completely removed of your senses, it's supposed to simulate what it's like to die.
whoa.
Yeah. So
What the
it's
fuck?
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what they do is it's like the machine, it's like it's like this dark capsule. It has like loud fans or some sort of like drone
Okay.
noise. So
Yeah.
you can't hear at all. It's not
Okay.
like damaging. It's not loud
Yeah.
enough that it hurts your ears, but it's just enough that like, that's all you can hear.
Okay.
And after a little bit of hearing the same noise, you begin to become like deafened essentially, you know, like
Gotcha.
when you hear that same droning for
Yeah.
a long, it's like white noise, same
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
It is pitch black and then it has like a flickering light in it, not like strobe,
Okay.
but just enough to like fuck with your vision never adjusts.
Oh.
So you can't see.
Okay.
So
this
it's
is different from the.
the deprivation chamber.
This
is
is different.
different.
Okay,
Yeah, this is
gotcha.
specifically designed to
To
recreate
simulate. Okay.
near-death experiences.
Okay.
Yeah. So and this thing, so it flashes a whole bunch, and your
Yes.
eyes never adjust. So
Okay.
you're never really your eyes can't. They're trying to go back and forth. So it's just black. Is
Yeah.
all you see. It's like when you first walk into a dark room. That's what you see the
Yeah.
entire time, and you just sitting there for like hours.
Oh, you walk in it.
Yeah, it's like
Not
a whole.
laying in it.
It's like a capsule
Okay.
that you're in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so and it deprives your senses,
I've
and then
heard of
eventually, and then you eventually start hallucinating.
Okay.
And having these near-death experiences and stuff. There's a similar. It's called. You ever heard the Three Kings
No.
thing? It's like a scary
Sounds
story.
like some DMT shit though. All of this sounds.
Oh
like,
yeah, it's definitely
like
all linked.
related to like.
Yeah, I think
yeah. Mm-hmm.
a lot of those drugs do simulate a lot of that
Yes.
stuff too. I think it's
Yeah.
not far. It's just another step. Another
Divine.
way of getting to that point.
Right.
But yeah, the Three Kings. It's it's supposed to be like a spooky. It's like Bloody Mary. Like
Okay.
you ever heard of Bloody Mary?
Oh yeah, love
Yeah,
that.
like you go in the
Yeah.
fucking bathroom, spin
I still
around.
can't do that.
Yeah, it's still scary.
Yeah.
This Three Kings, it's got a bunch of bullshit around it to make it sound more scary. It's like, oh, at 2:02 a.m. because everyone says they wake up at 2.
Yeah.
All that bullshit. Like, I wake up every day at 3
I
o'clock.
think
I'm
I've
like, it's
heard of
because you have
this
to
one.
piss.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But yeah. But
Yeah.
the Three Kings. So it's got all these weird specific things that you're supposed to do to make it sound spooky.
Okay.
But anyways, the main thing is you go into a dark room.
Yeah.
You sit down in a chair
Yeah.
with 2 empty chairs next to you
Okay.
in a dark room.
Yeah.
And you hold a candle.
Okay.
And you just sit there and you're supposed to, and you're in the effect is that eventually you will have 2 things sitting next to you,
Okay.
But so you're like, what it does is it's doing the same thing that the psychomantrium is designed to do,
Okay.
but you're like preloading yourself to imagine that there's going to be things sitting next to
Okay.
you. So it's like you are hallucinating, but
Yeah.
you've preloaded your brain to be
Yeah.
afraid. And then also to imagine that these things are going to sit next to you. And then like the preface of it is that you can't look at
Yeah.
them no matter what.
Oh, that'd be hard.
Yeah. So like they're like, do not look at the things whatsoever. Like, and then the,
Okay.
like the main story of it, like the selling story is like a guy who did it.
Yeah.
And he says that, the thing that was sitting next to him was like, it sounded and was saying things that was just like his friend who committed suicide. It was like, dude, you got to look, like, can't you just fucking look at me? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like you can't even, you're not even giving me the respect to looking
Yeah,
at me.
dude.
Like you know, like I'm
Yeah.
dead, dude. Like this was your fault. Like all this fucked up shit to him. Like
Yeah.
that was like the selling point story
Okay.
to make people
Yeah.
think like, oh, spooky.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just recreating that
Interesting.
near death experience
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, deprivation stuff is
Fuck,
cool.
dude.
I never tried it.
Yeah.
I've tried to do the Three Kings thing like roundabout because I knew
Yeah.
what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
But I was big into that. I was
Okay.
very big into ghost hunting. Did you ever ghost
Yeah,
hunt?
I remember that you were into that. No, I didn't.
I was
I remember
fucking-
you telling me some of these stories.
Oh, I would anything I could find within like 100-mile radius
Yeah.
that was supposedly haunted. I went,
Yeah.
and I went at whatever I could find to be the most like terrifying time to do it. I was like,
Yeah.
what do we got to go? Like when do people witching
fucking
hour
awesome.
2 to 4? Like I would do Ouija boards
Yeah.
in the graveyard, every graveyard
Yes.
in the like northeastern Pennsylvania area.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
been in it
Okay.
at 2 a.m. doing Ouija boards.
All right, I got one for you.
Yeah.
I got one that's got 1,800 graves.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, have you ever done a Ouija board?
Just like messing around with
Have
it.
you ever got one to
Yeah.
work?
No.
Do you believe in them?
No.
I could make
I
you
move
believe.
it. I move it.
I could make you believe in it.
Okay.
I got, I would get people like
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's easy because I had trapped people on a ship with me, but I would,
Oh,
by the end of our
Oh,
patrols.
you bring it on the ship?
Oh yes,
my
and these are
God.
like
Yeah.
ships from like 1960.
Yes.
So like there's
Okay.
already a bunch of because like we do rounds,
Okay.
hourly rounds, and there's a bunch of weird spaces you have to go into and stuff. So like there was always like running ship like ghost stories on the
Yeah.
boat. So like we had the one, it was called like the Smiley Man,
Okay.
who was in like he was in the combat room and stuff. So like we already had like ghost stories circulated and stuff.
Yeah.
But having that audience, like a trapped audience on a ship, then you
Yes.
tell ghost stories.
They can't
But yeah,
go
those
anywhere.
were that was my
Yeah.
favorite fucking
That's
time to
fucking
tell all
awesome.
my ghost stories
Yeah.
was, like you got fucking mid-watch, like 12 to
Yeah.
4. You're fucking, you're like 400 miles from land in the middle
Yeah.
of the ocean. Your fucking lights out. It's pitch black.
Yeah.
Nobody's
And
got
did
any form of technology.
You had a laptop though, right?
So
or
I
you would
was-
have access.
I would have access to a
Okay.
thing. And I also just have a ton of ghost stories because I
Yeah.
like ghost
Okay.
stories.
Yeah.
So I would just sit and you can't get away because we're on watch.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you can't leave. So
can't
you're
leave.
just stuck there
Oh,
listening to me
that's
sitting in the
horrible.
dark telling
That's
you horrible,
horrible.
scary stories.
Dude, I grew up the biggest baby back bitch in the world.
Oh, I don't. But when I say that, I am
Yeah.
afraid of things.
Okay.
I just like
Yeah.
doing. I'm not saying I'm not afraid.
Yeah. Do you like horror?
I do, but I like being afraid.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, like it doesn't. Like I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah.
I'm just my curiosity outweighs my fear.
Okay.
That's what happens. I mean,
See, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So-
when I was a kid, my babysitters and it was the 90s, so
Yeah.
like abuse was normal.
Oh yeah, just put on like
but,
horrible movies and make you watch
Yes,
them.
exactly.
Yeah, like here, watch a movie
they,
with me.
They
You're like,
torture me with
"Oh."
Chucky. Chucky
Yeah.
was my number one
Yeah.
fear, and we'd be at the mall, and then we'd be walking in
Yeah,
Spencer's,
here's Chucky.
and then they'd be moving them
Yeah.
around. Hey, Gary.
Yeah, look, going to Hot Topic.
Yeah.
You're like,
Dude.
no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's some. Maybe I could talk with a psychiatrist about it one
Yeah,
day.
why your underlying fears
well,
now.
Well, when I moved to Florida, so I
Mm-hmm.
moved in with my dad. I was like, I want to face my fear.
Yeah.
I want to face this fear.
Yeah, I wanna
and
counter it.
so we watched The Thing, which is fucking awesome. Watch The
Thing?
Thing. Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of
It's,
that.
yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Huh.
And then we also watched Alien.
Okay, Alien's
And then
a
that
dope
was
one.
probably that was the intro to it, and then ever since then I've always
Liked.
just dove into not even horror, but things that I'm afraid of, for
Yeah.
example, if I think someone is if something's going on at work, if I think someone's pissed off or I did something, I will
Address it.
confront and be like, hey,
let's
blah, blah,
resolve
blah.
this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which I think is a healthy
Yeah.
way to be.
Yeah.
I think if you're able to, conquer those things and look at those things. But Yeah, no, I think being comfortable, like like some people, I think just avoid, like a lot of people just avoid like things that make them uncomfortable and
Yes.
stuff, which is normal. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you don't, you know, come out of that little bubble, it's,
Yeah.
you're never really, I mean, you're not going to change a ton anyways, because we
Yeah.
are kind of set in most
Yeah.
people have, you know, somewhat of a straight path that they're following.
Yeah.
But, you know, to grow, make that path a little wider, you
Yeah.
know, making yourself a little uncomfortable and doing those things is definitely good. I mean, but yeah, I think like that scare, like the fear stuff too. Like I think it's healthy stuff to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it was dumb. I mean, as a kid, you shouldn't like, you know, it's probably like disrespectful to be like in graveyards and shit. And,
Oh well. They're
yeah,
dead.
but I mean,
they don't care. Oh wait,
no,
or maybe
yeah,
they do.
Or do they? I
Or
don't
maybe
know.
they
It's just
do.
all black. No, the Ouija boards though, that was cool. That was some really cool things. Like we would get it to do all sorts of fucking wild
Oh,
shit.
shit,
Like,
okay.
yeah, like fucking tell us things that would happen, predict
Yeah.
things, say things about people. That was
Okay.
always my main thing I would do for people, because I would always, that was my favorite thing,
Yeah.
was to bring people who were like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, come with me.
Come
with me. Let me scare the
Okay.
shit out of you.
Yeah.
Like let me
So are you
fucking
moving it, or you
No.
believe that is real?
No,
Okay.
so I would ask it things that I would be no possible way that I could know.
Okay.
That was my way that I
Gotcha.
would sell it. So I would bring
Gotcha.
you
Yeah.
per se and be like, hey, like, okay, let's ask it, you know, what your great grandmother's first name was.
Oh,
Something that
fuck.
like I'd have no
Okay,
way
that'd
of
be
knowing.
crazy. See,
And it
that would be
And I
crazy.
would guarantee it'll spell
Yeah,
it
that'd
for
be
you.
crazy.
Like
See,
I-
what if I don't know though, and then I
It'll
have to look
know.
it up after?
It'll know.
Oh, that'd be good.
I've had ones where we had one where I remember the one kid, he was like, it kept saying names of his family members,
Yeah.
and he's like, it's bullshit, like you're just guessing names and stuff. I was like, okay. It guessed the exact
I want to do this now.
change and money in his pocket,
I want to do this.
like it was like you
yeah, I
have
want to
two
do
dimes.
this. I want to do this ASAP. This
Yeah,
sounds
they're fucking
awesome.
cool,
Yeah,
but
this
it's
sounds
definitely
awesome.
a vibe. Like
Okay.
you have to like
Yeah.
that was the thing. Like you couldn't bring a person who was just an absolute shitter.
Yeah.
and was like, I was like, you can think it's bullshit, but like just be open.
You have to go along.
Yeah, like
Okay.
just be open to the idea that it's
So-
possible. Like you know that there could be something there. Like
Yeah.
and if you're you know like it's just a cool thing to have
Yeah.
you know see it. So you know and it would like I said we had tons of fucking cool things.
So this is like maybe could be like creepy. So my great grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
my dad's mom's mom. So she is Indian,
Mm-hmm.
like 100%.
Really?
Like American Indian. Yes.
Oh shit! So you're a true.
Well, I have it
Floridian.
on both sides too.
Oh,
Yeah.
sheesh.
So she like lived to be like in her 90s. Hair never went gray. Black always.
Yeah, it's
And
fucking
she's
stronger
got like
genes than us.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But she's got kind of like a crazy history. I don't know like all of it, but I guess so. She was.
So was
stole-
she- was she
stolen.
here?
No, Ohio.
But you're like a real American.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah, yeah,
shit!
yeah.
I'm not at all.
I can't trace anything back to any European country.
Really?
Like we've.
Dude, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
rare
I know.
in America to meet like an
I know.
actual
Yeah.
American.
I could probably look into it, but yeah.
Well,
we
what white person
yeah.
took advantage of her though and created you?
That's well. Well, let me get to that. So
Let's hear
Yeah.
the latter part of the
Yeah,
story.
exactly.
She was happy and healthy, and then the white
yeah, she
man
was fine
came.
with her tribe, and then
Yeah.
no. So she was stolen.
Jeez.
She was stolen like as a kid, like by the family that was her like maiden last name.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently like these people were fucking terrible, horrible
Yeah.
people, terrible to her. And that later in her life, you know, she got out and married and, you know, moved on and had, yeah.
Now to an immigrant or to another. Do you know, or do you not know that much?
Jesus
That's pretty far
Christ.
back.
No, okay. So my grandmother's maiden name is Black.
So that sounds like a name that was just given to her.
It sounds like, yeah, it sounds like just like a fucking,
Yeah, it sounds like your
Yeah.
na's too complicated. Your name's Black now.
yeah, yeah. Welcome
Which
to
is
America.
what
You're
white
black.
guys do.
Yeah, exactly.
No fancy names here.
Yeah.
You're now Smith.
yeah. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah, it's super cool. I like really need to like do the work and like tracing all this shit. My
It's
dad's
crazy.
also-
I mean,
yeah.
nowadays it's definitely more feasible to do. It's crazy when you see people with those. Like, I remember like growing up when you had that one person in your family who would like make the family tree like
Yeah.
by hand.
I need that person.
Yeah, you did, yeah. I had
Yeah.
a couple of my family who did it. It's like, how are you even
Yeah.
finding? Like, would you
Yes.
fucking? You
Yeah,
know,
how
like,
did you do that?
Did you swim across the fucking Atlantic Ocean? Like, where'd you even
Yeah.
get this information from?
Yeah.
You know, like,
And then
but I think those people though they did document a lot better back
Yes,
then. Like
definitely.
nowadays, we just assume everything's online and we're good.
Yeah, we're
like
just
those
like,
people, like
"Oh,
were like
hard drive."
Yeah, like you look back. I even think like my grandparents, like looking like they have like my grandparents. They had like they made them like a, you know, like a whatever those portfolio things is with all. They had pictures like everything they did they
Yeah.
took a picture.
Yes.
You know, like
They
they're
always
like,
look grumpy.
yeah, they always look miserable,
Yeah.
but they're always dressed
Yeah.
in like suits
I have
or
some
like day at the
1800
park, and they're
pictures.
like
Yeah.
wearing a fucking suit and tie.
have-
And they
yeah.
took pictures of everything. Like everything they did
Yeah.
was like, and they like wrote like, today I woke up and I shit and I had cereal. You know, like
Yes.
everything was
Okay.
documented.
Yeah.
You know, like they just, I think it was the way it was, but maybe it was because of that they
Yeah.
knew that if they didn't write it down, then nobody will know what the fuck happened.
My grandmother is like that.
Yeah.
She's also like a little bit of a hoarder.
Yeah.
Is
Is your grandmother still alive?
Yes.
Oh shit! How old is your grandmother?
So in April she's turning 98.
What the fuck?
I know. Yeah.
Damn. Now is this same side?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
that whole like side of the family, like my family period, like thinking about it, very matriarchal.
Yeah.
There are no men.
There are no men.
There
really.
are no men.
Just all.
Just
it's
my
always
dad.
So the men
and
die
me.
off and the women live forever.
Yes, exactly. So super
I mean,
matriarchal.
that's.
Yeah.
Women live longer than men
They do.
because they don't do dumb shit.
Exactly.
They don't do
Yeah.
dumb shit. They don't destroy their bodies.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some
Yeah.
do, but for the most part,
Get
they're definitely.
tattoos and
Yeah,
climb.
they're just better. They just
Yeah.
treat themselves better from a young. Like guys eventually get to a point they're like, oh shit, I should take care of myself. But women like from like 16 onward, they're like, I need to take care of myself.
Yes.
And, like work out.
But women
and
take care of
eat
us, too.
healthy. Yeah,
They
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Like,
yeah, they
you-
ground.
like if you have something wrong with you, like
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, oh, no, I ain't going to the doctor
Yeah,
until
like-
fucking
yeah, like, go to
she
the doctor.
says you're going to the fucking doctor.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I guess I should
Yeah,
probably look
okay.
after myself.
Okay, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's cool though. Fucking 98.
Yeah, 98. So she grew up.
She grew up in the
born
1600s,
Born
if
in
my math
yeah,
is correct.
Yeah. So born in the 30s. Grew up without electricity on a farm.
Dude, that's fucking
And
wild.
she'll take calls, but she can't
You know what she
hear.
should do?
Yeah.
She should run for president.
That's true. That's true,
She'd be a
dude.
great
That's
candidate
genius.
for office.
That is genius.
We love those.
Yes.
We should. Let's have someone like that run the country. All right, sorry, keep going.
no, you're good. You're good. But she talks on the phone, but she can't hear, and she won't wear hearing aids. But
Yeah, she's
she
like,
like
"Fuck
now
that."
has like a text to speech thing. My dad calls her every day, but her main form of communication is
writing.
letters. She
Yeah.
wants you to write her a fucking letter,
Yeah.
not an email,
Just a letter.
A letter. Like you better send. And yeah, she writes down all this stuff. You know,
That's cool.
she writes stories. I
That's
just learned that
crazy.
she fucking writes stories. I'm like, you write little stories?
Yeah,
Like
that's
my
fucking
grandma
awesome.
would
Yeah.
fucking read those?
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
But I think like when I do like my writing, sometimes like especially like D&D stuff or like lore, I like to write like as if like I just pretend like I'm Tolkien.
Like, yeah,
And,
yeah.
but like I'm pretending like I'm writing, like speaking to my grandma.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
yeah, getting that vibe
yeah,
and stuff. Yeah. No, I think there's definitely like that form of person. Yeah, like that's just like how they were. Like
Yeah.
they just fucking they were like
Yeah.
a different type of category and stuff. And, but yeah, it's awesome because
Yeah.
if they weren't that way, we would literally have no history of those people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like you would
Yeah.
just know
We're not
nothing.
gonna have history.
Yeah, but like looking at like fucking, you know, like you know, we all have fucking, you know, like war letters and shit like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like that's always
Yeah.
cool to look at.
Yeah.
You know, like and just, you know, see, you know, how uneducated they were. No.
True. Hey.
That is true. Though. You look
Hey,
and you're like,
yeah.
oh shit, you're dumb as fuck, dude. Yeah,
Wait, they're just racist?
yeah,
back
they're
then?
just fucking racist idiots. Yeah. It is crazy to
Yeah.
the growth. Like that feels
Yeah.
insane to think that there's
Huge
a person,
jump.
who is
Yeah.
alive right now in this
Yes.
world that didn't have fucking power.
Yes.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
like what? Like what do you mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, like just even imagining life before internet.
Yeah.
Seems like it was 5,000 years ago. Like to think about how much, like I feel like these last like 60 years, humanity has like, this is us now. Like
Yeah.
everything else before was just like fucking caveman, horrible monster people.
Accelerating growth.
Yeah, now,
Rapidly
it's
growing and
exponential.
growing.
It's exponential. Yeah, the more it but yeah, it's wild to think of those people, and then
Yeah.
like to talk, like hear the things that they would say, and,
Yeah.
so, and just like the way that they think and stuff. Like it's just a fucking wild, you know. It's wild. It's just absolutely insane. Which again, same thing like the joke about the president. You know, all jokes have hints, but that's the same thing. Like that's when I hear those things. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome that these people exist.
Yes.
They have a ton of like stories and stuff, things that we can
Yeah.
learn from, interesting things.
Yeah.
It's you know fun to learn about. Should they be a functioning part of
President?
society?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
No,
Like,
give me
you know,
those keys, Grandma.
yeah, like
you ain't
that's-
driving.
Yeah, like everything else in our lives.
Yeah.
We use the newest is the best.
Yes.
That's how everything works.
Yeah.
Everything is derived from, you got the newest fucking phone, you got the newest car, you got a brand new house, you got fucking, you just cut your grass. Like everything is better if it's new.
Yeah.
Except for the people who decide everything in the fucking, we're like,
Yes.
let's just get some fucking old, out of date
Yeah.
person who fucking, like these, there's no way they're in touch. Like I feel out of touch sometimes
Yeah.
and I'm only 30.
Yes.
You know,
Are
like,
you millennial or are you Gen Z technically?
I don't know. Born in 93.
Okay. Millennial.
Is that a millennial?
Yeah, we're young millennials.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because there are some old, some people say they're millennials and they have like gray hair
Yeah,
and
like-
shit, like a
oh,
fucking
yeah.
full
Hey.
gray beard. I'm like, hey, you son of a
Hey.
bitch. No, this is like, they look like
Yeah.
old dudes. You're like, I'm a millennial. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
are you though?
Yeah, but
Like,
bro, you're 40.
yeah, you're old as shit.
You're fucking 40.
But yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
a very weird thing to me. Like, not to say, like, again, like always, like I said, no absolutes.
Yeah.
There are definitely people who are older who are attached and do know what's going on. But it's just
Yeah.
like, for the large majority of it, you would think you would want like a young, like
Yeah.
when you think of
Younger-
when you
young
think of like
ideas.
power
Yeah.
and respect,
Well-
you don't think of like like an old, like an 80-year-old, like wrinkled up person.
Yeah.
You think of like, like that, like
Okay.
50-year-old,
Okay.
like Omni-Man.
Yeah, dude. Yes, a great president.
Great
I would
president.
vote for
but that
Omni-Man.
look,
Yes.
that like
Yes.
grade, but
Yeah.
still healthy.
Yeah.
Like that's what I think of when I think like if that dude walked in and said something, I'd be like, I believe him.
Yeah.
Like
Kennedy was
yeah,
young.
like
you know?
like these like younger,
Yeah.
like they're still old.
So
but
I
they-
got something for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. So how old are you?
30.
Okay. Do you fucking vote?
No.
All right.
Yeah,
There
no,
you go.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't
No, there you
care
go.
at all, and I don't think voting
I
matters.
I know.
I just think it's
Yeah.
a crazy. That's why I don't even involve myself.
Yes.
because it's like there's.
Yeah.
I don't even
But that's
understand
like
any of it.
That's the majority of young people. Like the people who are voting are the older people.
That's but even them, you would think
Yeah.
they that's. I think that's just. You would feel that that's the consensus.
that
that's
they-
like ingrained in us.
I think like older people, like especially like Democrats and Republicans, they are just always going to be inclined to just go with the party. Like
Yeah.
even if they're like an
Well, I think,
independent,
I think
that's a
it's
fucking
ingrained.
thing.
Yeah, it's ingrained. In you. But I don't mind going with the party. It's just
Yeah.
the party should present better options.
Yeah.
That's what, to me, that's what it seems
Yeah.
like. If I looked at politics and ever
Yes.
saw anything that made sense to me, I would get involved. But
Well, there was younger guys in the Republican primary that
Yeah.
just happened, and then
Yeah, they're
but
gone.
Donald
Are they
Trump,
gone?
they got donned.
they got donned
They got
on.
donned. Yeah, there was a young guy. I think he was an Indian dude.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Um,
just a weird.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's a weird
I agree.
system. I never,
I agree.
like I said, I don't pay enough attention to
Yeah.
actually know what's going on. I just
Yes.
look externally, and that's
Yeah.
the first thing
that's
I see.
that's your only political opinion.
Yes, I just look.
Too
I'm like,
old.
that guy looks too old to
Yeah.
me to fucking
Yes.
listen to. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like he was like, I think he grew up like, and he was probably racist. So like, I
Yes.
don't know if I want to hang out with him. You know?
He had segregation when
yeah,
he was a kid.
like I think he drank at like a different water fountain. Like he probably isn't a great person to ask for advice. You know, like it's just fucking. It's a weird thing. But that being said, old people do have fucking cool ass stories.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
they're still important. You can still learn a lot from
Yeah.
them because that's what we do. We just do
Yes.
that. We're just circular fucking creatures.
Yeah.
Everything we do is a fucking circle. We just find a new thing to fill in for that blank. We're like, all right, we're on step 8 of the circle.
Yeah.
What are we going to use for this decade?
Clock.
Like all right, next decade we'll choose
Yeah.
this to fit into our circle. And now, we're getting back to the beginning. Like let's fucking do it again. Like it's just,
Yeah.
we're circular beings.
Yeah.
But
Nothing wrong with that. So you claim that history does in fact repeat itself.
within reason.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I think,
I like the within reason.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I
Yeah.
think that form of thinking, if everyone had that form of thinking, things would go a lot easier.
Yeah.
There'd be very little people getting like adamantly upset about things. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you just always understand that there are no absolutes,
Yeah.
you'd
But
be
these.
but
But
the ones that I
these.
write down. You have to listen to the ones that I write.
the book.
Yes. But yeah, if you just have that mentality that like it's not absolute. Like this is the majority of the time, but like there's the scale of things is beyond anything you could imagine. So
Yeah.
like there's gonna be times that you're wrong, even though 99% of
me.
the not me though.
Yeah,
I'm talking
not
about
me.
other
I'm always
people.
right.
Yeah, so you fucking me. Yeah.
No,
I can't
everything.
be wrong. I'm a golden god. But I like I said, I think that form of thinking, having like coming into conversations with that form of thinking, like
Yeah.
just being like open to other things, and like I
Yeah.
said, just having that in everything. That's how I
being-
look
yeah.
at everything.
Yeah.
Like religion,
Be open-minded.
fucking if I did have a political view or anything,
BDSM.
BDSM,
Putting a do you know what sounding
fucking
is?
sounding.
Yeah.
It's
Are you open-minded to sounding?
I think I mean, is it something with your butt?
No.
No,
No.
I don't know then.
No. It's it involves your pee hole.
Oh, down
Yeah.
the pee hole.
So you read but you've read Guts.
I've never
by the Guts.
like Guts the
That's-
anime.
No, it's a short story by the guy who wrote Fight Club, Chuck, whatever. You haven't read fucking Guts?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Read Guts. It's
Okay.
online. It's like it'll take you like 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's fucking disgusting.
Oh god. Speaking of disgusting,
Yes.
I was listening to Bert and Tom,
Yeah.
Two Bears.
Okay.
I think it was $70 they paid this guy, and this
Okay.
is what he does. Like he's like a cameo
Yeah.
thing. This is this is like his
Yeah.
profession, and by choice.
Yeah.
And for $70, sent them. He makes videos.
Yeah, on Cameo.
Not on Cameo.
Okay.
I don't know where these videos are coming from.
Oh god.
Where he's naked and he's
Okay.
like flailing his dick around, and then he shits on a piece of bread,
What the fuck?
puts the other top on it,
No.
and eats it.
No, dude. No.
And
Why
they
the
sent
fuck
it,
would they do that?
But they sent it to Joe. So
Okay.
Joe
Oh.
Rogan. So like the beginning of it, he's like, "Hey man, just want to say you have a great podcast. You know, like I really enjoy watching." And then he proceeds to like
Yeah.
helicopter shit on a piece of bread and eat this shit
That's so
sandwich
fucking funny.
for $75.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
So like, you know, like
I'm
that
gonna
guy's
throw
not
up.
homeless.
Yeah.
He's
No.
making a living.
He can do it.
If you're homeless, just eat shit.
He probably he probably has a job. He's got a 9 to 5.
He's got a job.
No one's ever gonna find
he
out.
does have a job. He just eats shit for a living. $75 a pop. He could eat
There
like
you go.
10
Yeah.
shit sandwiches a day.
I don't know.
$750
Could
bucks
you
a day.
eat 10 shit sandwiches a day?
I don't think you could eat any. I don't know
How
what's
much could
happening.
you eat without like
Dying?
yes dying?
I don't know. I don't even know if you could eat it. Could you eat shit and not get violently
So I've
sick?
fucking seen. I mean, oh god.
Wouldn't
dude.
you get like? But actually, like
Yes.
the sickness.
Yes.
Would your own shit would make you violently sick, right? Like actually, not vomiting because it's horribly disgusting, but actually also,
Yeah, let me bring it back out.
yeah. Like it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We should ask him.
Yeah. I mean,
For $75,
it's definitely
probably-
toxic.
I mean, this guy, he's making a living.
Okay, so fucking this Craigslist post that
yeah.
was like screenshot, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
this dude, and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for someone who owns a septic tank, and basically, like, you know, I want to just go down there in it, and you just leave me down there alone for a couple hours." And there's a fucking video
Of
and it's
him
this
in?
dude like wearing like a full like latex suit and like goggles, like he's going snorkeling, and he goes down there and he's got a video and he fucking gets in there, and then finally he's like takes off the mask and like gets it all like in his mouth, and
Oh,
yeah dude, yeah dude,
dude.
yeah
you would die from the fumes.
right
I don't know how he. I mean, maybe he's shit
you
human.
built different.
He's just shit. Yeah, dude, I'm just built different. I can
built
swim in
different, dude.
lakes of shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess he's not hurting anybody, but I don't know.
is he though? Is he not? Is he
It's
not?
hurting my brain.
Can we put him? Can he?
Can he
can
go
he
in
go
a
in the cage?
Yeah, can we put him
people?
away? Can we get him out of
Yes,
society?
he's one of them.
Who
Sorry, buddy.
allowed that? Who was like, I got a
I don't
septic
know.
tank for you, brother. Come on over.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I think he would pay them.
Not,
I
what
think it would
amount of
pay
money?
them. Yeah,
I'm not
I think
letting
it
a fucking dude in my septic
Yeah.
tank.
Hey, bro, I'll give you $100. Let me go.
Yeah,
do
like
something.
get the
Hey,
fuck
dude.
out of here. Maybe it's the guy who eats shit sandwiches.
Could
It's a
be.
fucking, it's a symbiotic relationship.
be.
Well, his septic tank is empty. Actually, there's no shit in there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's inside of him.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't. Hey, genius.
Yeah, he's self-sufficient. He doesn't even pay sewage bills. Maybe he's smarter than all of us.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's so fucking nasty.
Yeah, that was.
There's some weird like fetishes out there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's everything.
Sounding.
So that's what
Sounding
you're
for
putting
one?
something down
Yeah,
your
down your
that-
pee hole. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, I guess there's
Yeah.
something for everybody.
I guess so.
And we're swimming in a shit lake.
Yeah.
That is vile.
It's terrible.
That's vile.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know. Again, I don't know how those people like
Yeah.
because like you can't even go most enclosed spaces.
Yeah.
You would die just because the oxygen levels are too low.
Yeah, right?
Not to mention that like the fucking you
Maybe
know,
it was
the-
fake.
Yeah, maybe it was all fake
Maybe it was
poo.
fucking fake, dude. Just fake pudding.
Just fake
chocolate pudding.
Just chocolate.
Uh,
Yeah, the
yeah,
internet.
I got some ideas for some TikToks.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. One that I really love seeing
Mm-hmm.
is these people that have like an HR call scheduled,
Mm-hmm.
and then like they record the whole thing and like put it on speaker, and usually it's they know
Like
they're getting
this is
fired.
an actual HR call.
Yes,
Okay.
it's like been a trend. There's a few people that have done this, and they're like recorded. They know they're getting fired, and then
Oh.
they go through it, and it's just like, and it's like almost like they're pleading. They're like, well, what about? And it's like what good are you fucking doing? Like begging.
Wait, so who's recording it?
They record it like
The
with their
person who's
phone.
getting fired,
Yeah.
and they're recording themselves begging.
Well, I think they try to like they always make it out as like this self-righteous thing. Like, oh, I just saw
Oh, that's
one and it
probably
was like
reminds-
Buffalo Wild Wings. Everyone in the comments like, oh, hey, Buffalo
Well,
Wild
yeah,
Wings,
yeah.
how fucking dare you know
Well,
what?
it's like-
no one
yeah.
fucking eats Buffalo Wild
Yeah,
Wings
that
anymore.
place is garbage
It's
anyways.
fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's like anti-work.
Yes.
You've
Yes.
been on anti-work,
Oh, God,
the
dude.
subreddit. It's just a
Yes.
bunch of fucking losers.
I liked it at first.
There are some, again, there
I
are
liked
some
it.
things that are okay on there.
I
The
think
large majority
worker-
is just
yeah.
people being like
Yes.
upset that they have to work
And so,
like doing
yeah.
dumb shit and then like being
Yes.
upset, like, look what he said to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but like, what's the context here?
I-
you know, like,
So back when I was in my socialist light days,
Okay.
I liked anti-work.
well, I think it's progressed though.
Yes. Well, when,
Post-COVID anti-work
Yeah.
subreddit is a
Yeah.
different world than
I
pre-COVID.
don't know if I saw it before then.
I don't think it was nearly as
When
big.
when I was out was that when they did that TV interview.
Yeah.
Fox News interviewed that person. I'm like
The dirtiest
yeah, that-
human
yeah,
on the
like,
planet. Like, could
who
you find
chose you? Who
Did
let
anybody
you
see you?
represent?
the entire like, were you the best choice?
And I left. I went to the DMV that day and I registered as a Republican.
Yeah,
I haven't looked
switched
back
my-
since.
That's,
so-
it. That's a good selling point right
Yeah.
there. They should just show that. There's another
Yeah.
good one. Just show that guy. Be like, this is a Democrat.
Democrat.
Yeah.
Democrat here. There's actually
Yeah, that was a crazy thing,
yeah.
though.
That was crazy.
That-
That was fucking hilarious.
And
That's
I
what a
also
Reddit
don't
mob looks
understand
like.
how did the Fox News not screen prior?
Oh,
or
they-
did they see it and they were
Bro.
like, good, bring this guy
Yes.
on just to shit on him?
Yes.
You think they're just
Yes.
farming? I don't know that they're that
Yes.
smart. You think they're that aware?
Dude, you think they saw that person? No, they saw that person. They're like,
I don't even. Yeah, I mean, they must.
dude.
have.
I mean, he
They
just
must
like the
have.
guy. Like he just makes fun of him. Like the whole
He does
time.
a shit
Like
on
he's
him.
trying to like not
laugh at him.
dude.
Well, it is hard not to laugh.
Yes.
like your very
It's
first thing,
uncomfortable.
even when the camera flips
like,
on,
oh.
like you just like audibly
Yeah.
are giggling immediately. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're like, this
like,
is
oh, you're the representation
Yeah, like-
for not working.
yeah, like
figures.
you made the
Yeah,
kill
bias
dozer
confirmed.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Another one of those.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
really? Fucking thank you for reaffirming everything I already thought. Yeah. Now the anti-work thing, yeah, like all that sentiment and stuff.
I
Like
like
there are
workers'
some
rights.
Yeah, there,
know?
there are things that are good, but yeah, things like that. I think it's like the same. That video reminds me of like
Yeah.
the cop videos.
Yeah.
You know, when someone's recording
Okay.
themselves
Oh, yeah.
talking to a cop, like when
There's
they get
hardly ever good
when they get
ones.
pulled over and they're
Yes.
like, "I am a citizen of Earth."
Oh,
and you're like,
that's my
"Dude,
favorite,
okay."
dude.
Yeah,
Oh, those are my favorite. Oh, I am actually a sovereign citizen.
you're like, what are you
I
talking
wasn't
about?
driving this vehicle.
Yeah.
I was transporting the car
Yeah.
to my driveway.
But those people are that deranged
Yes.
that not only do they believe that,
Yeah.
but they think that documenting it and showing it to the world will
Yes.
prove them even
I'm not
more right.
afraid
Yeah, that guy
to take a stand.
He,
I'm so glad you know about that.
that was awesome though.
That was fucking
I love
hilarious.
that video.
Yeah.
I'm like, that guy's awesome.
But
Just a
like
full
thinking,
lunatic.
going back to it, you know,
Or the Burger King guy.
maybe a little. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Those are the best fucking
Dude,
memes.
That is. I can't wait for next
Or you
Christmas.
just when they
for
just
those-
cut into his face, like when they're about to say, they just cut into the Burger King hat and him turning. You're like, oh no!
People are so funny.
Oh, dude,
See, TikTok's gonna get banned.
is that real?
Probably.
Like, actually, like, fully-
Like the funny thing about it is like fuck ton of Republicans voted for it. A fuck ton of fucking
Like, a
ton
lot
of
of people
Democrats
were just
voted
like-
for it. Biden says that he wants to sign it in law. Like it is.
What is the basis of it being banned?
Chinese.
Just because
So
of some
well,
sort of spyware?
I think the big thing is the data tracking, and it's
Yeah.
majority Chinese owned. And I think like I couldn't imagine being a company and being like, yeah, that's fine, we can get banned in America. It's like, no, like everyone who owns this company, no, motherfucker, we're going to Germany.
Yeah, it
like
seems
that's
like a
a lot of
crazy-
money on the table to leave
So are there?
behind.
So and it's passed. Like that's that.
It's moving. It's moving for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see how that. Like,
Yeah.
there's gonna be, and all that I do see happening is that instantly something else will fill the void.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Instagram will be like, Reels, guys,
Yeah,
Reels
like there's
rules.
just there'll just be a new
Yeah.
form of data
Yeah.
mining, and you know whatever
know if-
fills its place will.
I don't
come
know
in.
if anything can like match its dopamine
I
churning.
mean, Vine.
Vine
still
was good,
Vine.
but it didn't progress. Like it didn't move
grow
forward.
Like, it didn't grow like
Yeah.
TikTok did. Yeah,
Yeah.
TikTok, which I don't understand what the difference. I really don't. They seem the same.
yeah. algorithm.
Was it just that Vine wasn't full screen? Like,
Yeah.
that's the only difference.
was
I
it
could
not?
think.
I thought it
No.
was. Okay.
Remember, it looked like Instagram and stuff. Like
yeah.
it had like comments
Yeah.
and stuff.
So only 7 seconds. They never wanted to move past that.
That's true,
and then
yeah.
also probably just like the discovery of it. Like
Yeah, maybe it was
TikTok,
hard.
like TikTok, the algorithm. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Listen
Yeah.
here, buddy.
Yeah, it
You're
does
gonna
that.
it's gonna find out what you like.
No, it knows.
Yeah.
It knows exactly what you want to see, and it is so good at it. Like it literally, I don't even like. Yeah, like you really don't have to do much
Yeah.
to like instantly change your algorithm to like exactly what you're
Yes.
interested in
Yeah.
at that moment.
Yeah.
Like even if you pause on a video and look at it like twice,
Yeah.
your next 5 out of the 10 videos you see will be then related to that one.
Well,
It's
you know
like
what
real
I do?
time.
You know what I do?
What's that?
Is when I see something I like it, and then I hold the
Smile.
camera up to my
You
and I
can
go,
smile. Hee hee hee. Ha ha ha. I love this. I'm a fat American. And then it says
Yeah.
thank you,
Yeah.
and then it processes my
Thank
my
you.
yeah. processing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I want that's.
I think it'll
I
get
also
sold.
don't understand.
Yeah.
What? So what about the people? The TikTok like that. There's a lot of people
I know.
who TikTok
Yes.
is their form of
Money.
It's their it's their
Yes.
job.
Yes.
And it's and there's like that's like a whole large group of fame.
It's the best social media platform
Is it social media?
in a way, in the same way that Reddit is social media.
Okay.
But like, yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
you
buy
can. I feel like when at least like when you and I were like in the niche of fish tanks on
Yeah,
TikTok.
there's,
I
like, a
felt
little
like there's
community.
people that it's like
Yeah, you could definitely like probably you could probably communicate and
Yeah.
connect with people
Yeah.
and push yourself out there and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how you're using it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what's that's crazy. That
Yeah.
sucks.
I don't know.
That
It
sucks
does
for
suck.
people who
It
like
does
that's
suck.
what they do.
Well,
Like it's not their fault that the
I mean, I guess let's see.
yeah, see what happens.
I'll look more into it. I don't see the owner. How could you own that company and be like, yeah, that's fine. Like we're gonna
lose
yeah,
America.
Go
We're
ahead.
losing
Yeah,
North
we're
Am-
losing
we're gonna
America.
lose,
It's like
the
no,
US,
like all
like,
the
the
shareholders,
like-
no, we're fucking moving to Germany.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
well, you know.
Yeah, is that it? It's just purely based on the fact
think
that they
so.
don't like that it's out of China.
No, because there's like serious
Like-
CCP ties like to it, like with the data tracking. Like the I just had a brain fart. Their majority money isn't coming from feeding you ads.
Yeah.
it's
No.
fucking gathering your demographic like
And
you
then
and I
selling
like
that
yeah
information
exactly.
or whatever
It's
whatever
like,
they do with it.
Gamer boys,
Yep.
fucking yeah.
Yeah. Here's some. You've been
Yeah.
playing Escape
Saw
from
that.
Tarkov.
Yeah.
Here's fucking Stank
Yes.
Rat giggling in a fucking X-Rat. I know you love this shit. I see your fucking eye. I see your pupil dilation
Yeah.
tracked. Yeah, like it is the. I mean, I know that's like the boomer take. Like they're
Yeah.
listening to us and stuff, but like
Yeah.
there is times where you're like, like are they?
I've heard some arguments about it. One of the big ones is like for example, like if we're in a group of people and then we're like, yo, like fucking I got termites in my house.
And then
then
you get the termite
someone
ad.
goes and like Googles it from
Yeah.
that group. Well,
And then it
you're
like
a part of that.
geocaches
You're
your,
a part of that like
knows
group.
your it knows
Yeah.
your location.
Exactly.
Yeah, or
But
maybe you
they
come
also
by.
could be fucking listening.
Yeah, I did because it does oftentimes, and everyone has those stories where they say like I said something,
Yeah.
and then the next day or that day,
Yeah.
I saw something related to it,
Yeah.
and you got to assume that probably 80% of the time those people are wrong, and they did something that also keyed it in. Maybe they looked
Yeah.
it up or actually did something that is tracked. But you got to assume with just the sheer number of times that you hear people say that there has to be some level of truth to it. Like,
Dude, what happened today? Dude, I got my mind read today.
did you?
Holy
By TikTok?
fuck, dude. No. Google.
Oh shit!
Dude, actually insane. So I write down on a paper because I'm doing notes. We're kind of like moving along.
Yeah.
And, I'm just kind of reviewing
Easier
code.
just
and
to
I'm
jot
like,
stuff down.
yeah. So I'm like implicit versus explicit. Just kind of just like a way of doing things. And I write that down. And then I type in the search bar, I type PRO, like I'm going to type programming, and it just spells it out right there. It's like programming, explicit, implicit. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
what?
Something like that. Like where
What?
that's
I didn't say it out loud.
and that's and all like first of all, just PRO could be
Yeah.
a million different things, and
Yes.
then to say programming,
Yeah.
okay, maybe
Well, definitely
maybe that's
knows
going,
that,
you're a programmer.
Yes.
You've searched things before, but that programming and then unknown afterwards.
Yes.
There's a billion fucking
Yes.
options to write.
Yes.
So to say the exact, so like things like that, you know, like
I might have
where-
typed it before. I
That's
might
a-
have typed that before because it's just a concept in general programming.
Yeah. So maybe
So-
there is. Yeah. So, but I don't know. But even there's always the I might have it, but it's like like I said, the sheer number of those stories you hear.
Yeah.
And stuff, and the amount of stuff that we have.
Yeah.
That is, like fucking IoT, Internet of Things, like our fucking fridges are on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like everything has a microphone and a
Yes.
speaker. And has voice activation.
Yeah.
So like if it and then that argument too, when they're like, well, it only does a wake up word. It's like, yeah, but how does it hear the wake up word?
Yeah.
How?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
does it?
How?
But what is that argument when people are like it has a wake up word? I'm like, how did it hear it?
Yeah.
It's listening, right? Like
Yeah.
that is there is. I don't know. Is there? Can you think of another way that it hears without hearing anything besides that?
No.
Yeah, like it's
No.
always listening,
Yeah, the microphone's always on then.
and it's
yeah.
always waiting for the wake up word, but
Yeah.
it's always listening.
I always like mean that. Like when I say like, yo, don't say that in front of Siri.
Yeah.
Like, if someone says something like dicey and like, our
Well,
friends
even-
our friends are edgy, period.
Oh, yes.
And they'll just say fucked up things, but it's like, don't
Well,
say
I
that
think-
in front of your phone.
Yeah, and I also think but I think too, like even like generationally and stuff, like thinking of the way like our group chats and stuff growing
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
up and fucking
Yeah.
like Xbox Live parties and shit, like the amount of fucked up things all of us would say all the time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, all that stuff is fucking probably documented.
Yes.
Yeah, like every fucking
in a
ounce.
file.
Yep. Yeah, because there's just I don't understand the anything that is voice activated by nature to me means that it has to always be listening. Like there is
Yeah.
no other option.
I think
for
so.
it. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, and what that means. How much can it really capture every single thing you say? Probably
Yeah.
not.
No.
I mean, there's no way. There'd be too much.
A lot of data. Yeah.
But yeah, but maybe keywords.
Yes.
Maybe fucking hot topics. Maybe
Yes.
fucking things that are easily
Bomb.
like things that
Yeah.
that categorize into
Yeah.
like X category.
Yeah.
Like fine, throw that in the box.
Yeah.
Like he talked about
I
these.
honestly, I don't know because I feel like there would have been like a lot more shit prevented. Like or they just
Yeah.
can't, or they can't reveal that.
That's
yet.
how I feel about it.
They just
I
can't
feel
reveal
like,
it
I feel like it's the
because
latter
it's like almost against freedom.
yes.
And people would
It
freak the
is like
fuck out.
Minority
but
Report,
it's like,
and
but
we
like,
do know what's going to happen. But
maybe
we're not
my-
able.
yeah, yeah,
we're
we-
not able to reveal it to be
yes.
like we actually
Yeah.
know.
No, please reveal it.
Yeah, like we
Please
just we
reveal
don't
it.
want
This-
to tell everyone.
Oh, this is excellent.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. How would you feel about that?
Well, I mean, you know how I feel about.
know. So you'd be cool
just
with
a
it?
little bit of authoritarianism.
Yeah, but you would be okay with like if there was like
The thing is so it opens a door.
yes.
It opens a door towards things that could be inaccurate, and also it could just widen and widen.
Well, I think even your first just opens the door.
Yeah.
You could just stop there. It
Yeah.
opens the door. You no longer
Yes.
have privacy.
Yes.
Privacy is gone if you accept that.
Yeah. Right.
Nothing is private.
So here's one is DeSantis. He mentioned like something like, okay, like if you are a rapist, like we want to bring back the death penalty for you.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And like I'm like fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But like now
Let's
is it
fucking
like
bring back the
well,
firing line.
well but we open that door and it's now like, oh well, you were dressed in drag
Yeah.
and people saw you assaulted them.
Yeah.
You die. now,
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I think yeah. Well, I mean,
that's
there's
like
a-
the totally extreme end of the spectrum.
yeah. There's
obviously.
always going to be
But
those pushes, those things and
Yeah.
stuff. But I don't know. Like I said, with the
We're not going to have privacy.
Yeah, that's my
Privacy is
biggest
like-
argument. That's my biggest fight against it and stuff. And with
Yeah.
everything being on the fucking internet, every
Yeah.
single thing we do, every piece of technology we use
Yeah.
is connected to the internet, is connected to our fucking,
Yeah.
everything is connected. Everything is listed. Like, there's a certain point where like, how do you have to create like a fucking black box in your house, like where you're just,
Yeah.
like really, because I mean, eventually in any party, like the only thing that really shields most people is just that they're not important enough
Yes.
for it to
Yeah.
matter.
True.
That's really it. Like if
Yeah.
you wanted to gather
Yeah.
information on people, you could do it fucking free of charge.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted
I
to
can
fucking
follow you.
yeah, but
Yeah,
even
hey.
like in your fucking neighborhood, like you could have a little fucking skitty down the road, like
Yeah.
port scanning you
Right. Yeah.
and just taking your information.
Right.
And what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
What is the average person going to do if somebody fucking, port scans them, finds an open port, gets on their fucking thing, does fucking, like man in the middle shit and just starts fucking collecting all your information that you're sending to your bank and login information? Like, what would our parents do?
Oh yeah,
They'd be fucked.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, my internet's
They'd be like, I
not
guess
working.
I'm gone now as a human.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I guess I just don't have a savings. I don't have anything.
Well, like
I-
banks especially are like all just like legacy code.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like
Oh,
it's not up
well, you
to
don't
date.
even need to be. That's what I'm saying. Like Skitty, like you don't even need to actually know. You could just intercept traffic on people's fucking normal home Wi-Fi where they're using the fucking password on the back of their router still, and just take everything from them. Like I don't know. Like I think if that ever became more larger scale, that would make people realize the level of like loss
Needing
of privacy.
privacy. Yeah.
That people truly have. Like we really don't have a lot of privacy anymore. Like, but because we're not that important, it doesn't matter. You know, like it's the same thing with fucking hell divers. I told
Right.
you about fucking End Protect.
Yeah.
That fucking
No one cares.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Which if like I said, if I didn't have any knowledge of anything, and even though I do have knowledge, I still think you're like 99% safe.
Okay.
But it's like, why would you,
Why risk it?
yeah, like it's not.
I don't think there's like anything wrong with it, and I don't think like
there's nothing wrong with kernel level anti-cheat.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you refusing to get it because of this thing. I think that's a perfectly. It's like,
yeah,
you
it's
know,
just not
like
a
you
risk.
and I, like we also, we're not voluntarily like creating like social profiles for ourselves either.
No.
Which I think is like, pretty different nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
I think the younger generations, I think they've gone totally away from it. Like,
I think it's like
like TikTok,
cool.
it's like anonymous TikTok.
Yeah, it's cool to be like off the grid. Again.
Yeah, it's like why would I
Circles.
put my fucking
going
first
into
name
a-
last name? Yeah,
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
Circles.
Yeah, no,
I was
well,
thinking of that.
like everyone wants
Yeah.
to be in fucking that it's cooler to be off the grid. It's cooler to be like I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Like whereas us growing up, it was like
Yeah.
who's your top 10 on
It's like,
MySpace?
oh my God.
like did you change
in
your
a relationship
Yeah.
with?
What'd you put your aim away status as?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
like that was the
Dude.
fucking thing. Like
Dude,
yeah,
fucking AIM and AIM chat rooms. That was just fucking
you
Discord.
don't talk about dopamine.
Yeah. Oh,
Those
yeah.
noises, the AIM alerts, like when you get a message, all that shit,
Yeah.
like fucking AOL booting up noises, like that was those noises were just like pure. Yeah, and you're just like, oh yes.
When was the last time
Fucking-
you saw The Matrix?
I don't know, a long time ago.
Fucking watch it because it'll make you.
Does
You'll
it
be
do
like,
that?
oh, phones.
Yeah.
Oh, payphones. Oh my
Dude.
god.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
All those
dude.
noises, dude. Like fucking, like the world, like fucking RuneScape, the main menu.
Yeah.
Like when you go to the login page, it's like, that with the fucking
Oh,
fires
I've
next.
never played it. I've really never played
Fucking
it. I played it for a
Warcraft,
second.
War-
I didn't
you
get
know,
off
like-
the island.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude.
I played that though.
Yeah, no,
For a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, those fucking those things. Those were fucking it probably as unhealthy as it might have been, and probably the beginning of a bigger
Well,
problem.
we had no.
There was no phones.
Well, we had unfiltered internet access.
That too.
and the internet was more wild west back then. It's
Yeah.
like Lemon Party. Here's
Yeah.
a fucking cock.
yeah. You could just type in anything and
Yes.
somehow end up in some horrible place, and
Yes.
it was like 2 clicks away from the just
Oh,
being.
dude,
the
I
most,
remember
like,
when I
dirt-
asked-
like,
when I was-
like you're like, where am I?
I googled something and I was like in 3rd grade and I accidentally landed on porn.
Yeah.
I was fucking terrified, bro.
How did I get here?
Yeah.
Dad, I swear it was an accident.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, I saw you playing Balatro.
I did try it.
How was it? I know you refunded already.
I did refund it already. Well, I
Was it
did play
good?
it for like almost a
So it
full
was
2
good.
hours.
It looked good.
It's good. It just wasn't like enough for me to merit wanting to keep it. Like I played that 2 hours and I was like, that was enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I would be okay to just walk away and never play it again. And that's what I did.
Nice.
It's cool. It's different. It's just poker.
Okay.
Kind of. Like you're not
Roguelike.
actually playing poker. You're given
Okay.
a hand and you can like draw additional cards or discard cards with the attempt.
Are you building a deck?
You are building a deck
Okay, I like
also,
that.
but it's still it's all it is. It's still within the realm of just a normal card, deck of cards.
Is there betting?
You're just trying to beat each game. Gives you a blind to beat, so it's not
Okay.
real betting. It's just like,
Okay.
hey, this game you have to score $2,000 essentially.
okay.
By like this points, a fucking flush gives you this amount of points, a straight
Okay.
gives you this,
Okay.
full house gives you this, and then there's parameters that are you put on top of that
Yeah.
with the jokers.
Okay.
So you put these jokers on top of it that are like, okay, every hearts card you play multiplies your score by 0.5.
Okay.
So you start to like build like a
Yeah.
formed deck
Yeah.
that's like designed to
Are you
play.
playing against something?
It's just all it is it's a blind that you have
Yeah.
to get to, like an overall score.
Yeah.
And then there's usually like negative parameters put on you too.
That's cool.
So it'll be like this round, all fucking spades
Yeah.
are worth no points.
Okay.
So
That sounds
then-
cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a good
Does
idea.
it feel casino like?
No.
Okay.
It definitely has like good it has like the same like dopamine things like noises and
Yeah,
stuff.
I
And
like
it feels
that,
good
yeah.
hitting those things. Like
Yeah.
but to me it was like too like solitary poker-ish to me. Like if I'm playing
Sure.
this, I would much rather just play like when I was playing it, I was like,
Yeah.
I'd rather play Slay the Spire.
Okay.
I oftentimes
Yeah.
have that now when I'm playing things.
Okay.
Like that I just immediately think of like
Another game.
the gem for
Okay.
like a game in that category that's better.
Yeah.
And then I'm like comparing it.
Oh yeah.
So it makes me have less
Oh,
fun
God.
in the
Oh,
game.
absolutely. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
'cause you're just-
yeah.
there's-
That happens to me too.
Yeah, because it's hard. Like I think it's hard. It's hard to make games nowadays. Like because there are so many good games that have already came out. Like it's hard to create something new.
Yeah.
And then if you do want to jump into a genre with like a titan in that genre, like good
Yeah.
fucking luck. Like
Yeah.
good luck making a fucking roguelike with like
Yeah.
Risk of Rain.
Dude, there's a billion.
Yeah, like
No.
every single person who plays is gonna be like, yeah, but I could
Yeah.
just play Risk of Rain, which
Yeah.
is like a better version of this.
RoboQuest
Was it good?
is tight. So I'll shout out RoboQuest. I've only played the demo, but it's
And I returned it. No.
yeah, it's cool as fuck.
Is it?
At least play the demo.
I like that. I don't even know what it's anything
yeah.
about it, but I like that it has robot in the name.
RoboQuest.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Robo
going on. but
Dragon.
Robo anything.
Fucking
I want fucking. Do you ever play Metal Walker, the old Game Boy game?
no. Oh no. But
You
I
like-
do know what it is.
Yeah, you have like
you
the
played that?
dude.
Was it good?
One of my I would love something like that. You have like a mech.
It was like Pokemon, right? It was like
Yes.
Pokemon ripoff.
yeah, but then the battles are like
Yeah.
a mini game
Okay.
where you're in like this little arena,
Arena.
and you choose the power and direct. It's like Beyblades.
Okay. Oh fuck.
Where you choose the power and direction that your
Yeah.
mech goes, and then like different mechs also have abilities in there. So like some of them have like fucking guns that they shoot too while they're flying across. But like
Okay.
really, you're just playing like fucking like pinball in
Okay.
this little fucking arena. But you're also like building this mech that follows you around.
What's it called?
Metal Walker.
Meta Walker.
Metal, I think.
Metal Walker.
I think it's just called. It might be called Meta Walker. It's either Meta
I do
or
remember
Metal.
because I had a subscription.
But this is like Game Boy Pocket. Like, it was a black and
Yeah.
white game.
I-
It did
I-
not color.
Yeah. I had a subscription to Nintendo Power,
Oh shit.
and it was fucking awesome. Yeah, I
Dude,
remember-
magazines. That's another thing that's dead.
magazines.
We should bring that back.
Yeah.
Real form content.
Absolutely.
Why are we doing podcasts? We're gonna do
Dude,
a
writing
live
a fucking
show.
magazine, dude.
No, yeah, magazines, dude. That was all. I mean, like getting the game guides.
Oh yeah.
You getting game guides?
strategy guide, bro.
That was the fucking
It's
best.
like, oh, I'm gonna beat this game now.
Yeah, like
Who the
fucking going
fuck
through
is
these-
going that fast.
ripping
I'm
down
like,
here.
fucking. Are you fucking? It's a neighborhood.
Slow down.
Get my gun.
Slow down. Yeah,
Did
no,
you ever
game-
hear of? Sorry.
No, I'm just.
Did you ever hear
ranting.
of RoboPawn?
RoboPawn?
Yeah.
No.
Google it. You got your phone on you?
Yeah, I do.
There's another.
It's
little,
listening, so it's probably already gonna autofill my RoboPawn.
RoboPawn.
RoboPawn. I'm smiling. I'm
RoboPawn.
fat. I'm American.
It was Game Boy also. I saw it in the Nintendo Power magazine. And,
RoboPawn.
yeah, ROBO. Oh, another Robo.
Yeah, that's people-
PON.
Robots, dragons, knights.
Yes.
Like, just pick that shit. You want to fucking pick some things that people like?
yeah.
Fucking samurais, ninjas. Just, it's like one of the most common passwords
What?
is like ninja, like
Ninja?
2. Yep.
Really?
Ninja.
Ninja 2?
Yeah, like, or just with the number afterwards. But like
Really?
ninja is like one of the most, like when you look at, where's my phone on fucking airplane mode? Haha, you couldn't listen. Yeah, joke's on me. It probably still
Yeah.
does.
It's good. I was storing it. Now it's sending it off.
RoboPawn is just showing me an Etsy image of an actual RoboPawn.
RoboPon.
P-O-N?
PON.
Oh, not pawn. Because it's literally, I actually just got an image of like a chess pawn that looked like a robot
Just a fucking
on Etsy
miniature.
for sale. RoboPawn. I don't even know is this like a fucking, oh, wait, is this Pokemon?
Yeah, basically Pokemon. It's a Pokemon clone.
And they tried to join Pokemon's world and they got stomped out. by the
Do
bigger
you-
power.
Do you remember seeing Digimon for the first time?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, dude, I was like, is that legal?
Yeah, I remember
They
even at a
just
young
ripped
age,
off
I was like, why isn't this
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Yeah.
Digimon was weird. I never even,
fine.
yeah. I don't know. I didn't know anything. Monster Rancher, though.
Okay, I never got into that.
Dude, those were cool.
Was
Monster
that
Rancher.
a
That was
Pokemon
PlayStation.
ripoff? Okay.
I don't know even
Ape Escape.
Ape Escape.
Yeah, dude, I want to get some PlayStation games bad.
Dude, Ape Escape. I can play that game. That's like that's a starter point for anxiety.
Yes. Ape Escape.
Ape Escape. Like trying to chase them around and stuff and catch them.
I only played it at Kmart. I never had a PlayStation.
Oh, dude, because you have to catch them.
Yes.
It's like the same. You ever play Spyro?
Yeah.
When you had to chase the egg guy.
Yeah, I refunded it.
I refunded.
I did refund it.
Wait, did you buy it on Steam?
I bought it on Steam.
But do you remember chasing the egg guy?
No.
Oh, you
I didn't get
play
far
it?
enough. I fucking refunded it.
Which one did you? Oh, so there's like a newish one.
I think it was just a
remake?
remastered of the first one. Or it's the
Yeah,
trilogy.
there
It's
was
a trilogy.
you would hit. There was something that would cue in a chase
Okay.
scene where you had to catch this little egg creature.
Yeah.
and it was always like your first
Fucking
touch of
impossible.
anxiety because I gotta fucking get this guy. I gotta fucking get this guy. You
Did
know,
you play
like-
Mario 64?
no, I didn't have it. I didn't have it on
You never
64.
caught the rabbit.
No,
You didn't play Banjo-Kazooie.
I've played them.
Okay.
I didn't have
Those are
one
the
myself.
games. So those were always the games that you would go and play at your friend's house, and then Spyro is the
What
game
I
that
had.
I would go see my
Yep.
friends play.
Yeah,
at
we just
their
had the
house.
reverse.
Yeah,
yeah,
reverse.
like where we go play fucking like Super Smash
Yeah.
and fucking what was it like SOCOM? Was SOCOM on N64?
It's on a PS.
Was that PlayStation 1 too?
Yeah.
Was that the one that had the fucking voice? That one had voice.
Maybe.
Yeah, you would wear a headset and you could
Third
actually
person shooter.
and you could talk
Yeah.
into the game and like
People
give
love
commands.
SOCOM.
SOCOM
Like
was
people
dope.
still like talk about it now.
That was ahead of its time. Fucking voiced commands. You felt like you were fucking leading a.
yeah, dude.
I remember remember Xbox One
Yeah.
when that came out.
Okay. No.
That's not that long ago. That was like
Yeah.
fucking
Didn't it
9
just come
years
out?
ago.
Didn't it just come out?
Yeah. No, well, it's probably still the most current one.
Yes.
No, it was like 10 years ago, but it had the thing
Yeah.
where you'd say like, "Wake up, Xbox!" Remember?
No.
It had a camera and a mic,
Oh yes.
and
Yes,
you'd
yes,
be
yes.
like, "Hello, Xbox."
You could tell it to power off to
Yep.
troll.
And people would fuck with you and like
Yeah.
walk by and say "power off." But I
Yeah.
remember it like Rise.
Yeah.
That Gladiator game,
Okay.
that like Roman game was like.
I remember
its-
that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it's that was like the fucking
one of
flagship
the-
game
yeah.
that came out with it because you'd be like archers fire.
Yeah. Okay.
That was only 10 years ago.
Fucking cool.
But that doesn't that
Yeah.
feel like that was like 100,000 years ago? Like nowadays, if you're like a game lets you talk, I'd be like fucking next.
That's fucking boring.
yeah,
yeah,
you know,
dude.
like, that's dumb as
Yeah.
shit. But like back then, we were like, dude, you can talk into the game, and like that's
Yeah.
not even that long ago. But
Games just suck now, though.
yeah, I don't know.
We gotta play Gary's Incident.
Is something burning, or am I having a stroke?
Dude, I thought I was having a stroke too. What do you think it is? Oh, did the candle went out?
Oh, okay. It's not burnt
I
toast.
thought I was like, damn, that's
I had a
like
good
battery.
I had a good run. Anybody else smell burnt toast?
I was once smelling something like that. I was in a gun store with my dad,
You're smelling
and I
fire.
started smelling that, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm dying.
Yeah, I
So,
guess
like
the place-
any normal person would do, I went to the bathroom to go die in peace.
I want like a cat. I want to die alone.
Yeah, exactly.
By my, be respectful.
Every
go
living
under a
thing dies
chair.
alone.
Yeah. Cats do that.
Yeah,
Cats go somewhere to die.
yeah.
Which is cool. Dogs don't. Dogs are like, go
Really?
spend $5,000
Right
on me to
here.
put me down. You know,
You will kill me.
yeah, you must murder me.
Yeah.
I am now crippled and have several cancerous tumors.
Dude, dogs do get fucking.
Yeah, dogs don't
nasty.
die nicely.
Yeah.
Dogs do not die
Well, that's
nicely.
Saki's fucking fine.
Yeah, he'll just gonna turn into dust.
Yeah,
One day.
exactly.
You're just gonna your strong breeze will come by,
Yeah.
and you'll see Saki just dissipate into
Yeah.
the wind. You're like,
He's
goodbye.
morphing into a human.
Yeah, no,
Just
cats are
wither.
good though. They go away to die. They go crawl under something to fucking
Behind
disappear.
the fucking cabinet, so it
Yep.
won't smell.
Yeah, just rotting flesh.
What's that smell? Oh, the cat died.
Well, is that
I don't
It?
have anything else.
that's it? I'm
This was-
expended.
This wasn't. Dude,
We talked about games.
We did.
We're a gaming
we actually
podcast.
did. Yeah, we're a gaming podcast again. Honestly, like leading up to this, I had like so much not like anxiety, but just like, how the fuck am I gonna do the podcast? I was like, I'm just gonna ask him to talk the whole time. I'm gonna just sleep.
Yeah, go to bed.
But I feel like this is one of the better ones. Do we have?
It was a mellow,
Yeah, mellow,
just a mellow, chilling,
chill conversation,
chilling. You know.
stroke.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well,
Yeah. Is that?
I was gonna see how long
that
we
a-
could stay silent.
Oh.
Just fucking dead silence. Do you think they can hear the fan?
No, because when I edit it, I have a
You should
noise
put
gate.
it-
I do a
put
lot
it-
of tricks.
Put the fan in.
Yeah. just raw audio.
This is actually the psychomantrium portion of the podcast.
So at the very end, I just turn everything up.
Yeah, we'll create your
Max.
own psychomantrium.
Yeah. So
But,
you know how you see this on the thing?
Yeah,
That'll
on
just
your
be a
screen.
block.
Your screen will
That'll
be
just be a
flashing.
block.
The last 30 seconds of the video is just a strobe.
Yes.
Good luck, fucking epileptics.
All right.
All right.
I guess
Bye
we've done
forever.
it. Yeah. Bye forever. Join the Discord.
Oh yeah, website.
It'll
if we've
be
done
yeah
anything to it.
website. It'll be there one day.
One day.
Uh,
Discord.
mostlynegative.com.
Thanks for listening.
Fuck you.
Hashtag